Alright, it's turn 46, and I'm kind of getting sick of this. We attacked the Order of the Divine Flame, we lost again. And we lost primarily because, there's a couple of things that went wrong. The first being, these guys kind of screwed us up a little bit, firing all those arrows that they did. But secondly, and more importantly, the Bloodgraf didn't land where he should have. Hellenbrecht did not instantly attack Yehiel the Golden Idol, despite being set to attack large monsters, and it's because the Golden Idol is actually size 4, which is not a valid target for large monsters. For large monsters, you have to be size 5 or 6. So, the second reason is that Yehiel has air level 4. So, as an air level 4 person, he can cast Shockwave and things like that. So, he stunned Hellenbrecht with a shock spell, and then blasted him with Shocking Grasp. Now, you can easily counter-thug this kind of shit by building someone who is immune to shock damage. I just didn't. I just happened to not do that this time, which is a little bit frustrating. And then my whole army routed for no real reason, except for the vampires. So the vampires just back here summoning the undead, and the undead killed all the garrison, and then weren't able to do anything to Yehiel, because he has 29 protection, 58 hit points, and is mist-formed. So all these skeletons just sort of like stacked up around him and got shockwaved and didn't really do much. He's shock resistant 37 because of all that shock resistance bless he took, among other things. So yeah, people just walked into Yehiel and got lightning bolted to death. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. This goes on for a while. He's up to 139 kills, but I think you can see what's happening there. Also, in Gaeta, he busted out. He lost one Firebird, wiped out my defenders. One of my living Diabolists retreated successfully. So that's fine, I guess. We're moving back in. We're bringing in Angelique, and we're recasting Eternal Pyre again. This time with a little bit more muscle behind it, a little bit more oomph in the tank this time, just to make sure that somebody getting lucky with a minimum cast won't be able to dispel it. So if they want to dispel it, they're gonna have to throw a little bit more chunk behind it. We've alchemized most of our gems in support of that, as you can see. Lots of Blood Slaves still coming in. Orlok is forging a Blood Thorn. He's up to Blood level 3. He's going to push himself up to the level where he can summon Vampire Lords, and my research is going to hit Blood level 7 really quick. We're going to hit Blood level 6 next turn, and after that it'll be 2 turns to Blood level 7. So we'll be in a pretty good spot here. We've got a whole bunch of air random warrior mages down this away, which aren't really doing much right now, but Thon here can search for Air 2 sites, which will be pretty neat. Ophagian and Ariad are just researching, I guess. They don't have anything really more pressing they need to be doing right at the moment. And Panbog is moving over here to keep on site searching himself. Still thousands and thousands of skeletons to my north, but it looks like they're kind of flowing in this direction, so they might be attacking Illwinter. I'm not entirely sure. In any case, we're moving back in. We're going to place this place back under siege. We're going to break down the walls slowly again. It's going to be a pain in the ass. We are going to take this place eventually, but the only question is, how long will it take to do it? We're moving in Magi, carrying 1 pearl each, and they are going to cast Magic Duel, because Yehiel is S4, Astral 4, so effectively they're rolling at a -3, relationship, penalty, whatever you want to call it. So, it should take like 10 or 12 of them, I think, to kill him. And I'm willing to sacrifice 10 or 12 Magi just to fucking end this. If we can kill Yehiel, then all that's left is Garrison, and it's not a problem. I'm also moving down a whole bunch of Bone Fiends, just to provide a little bit of chaff for my crossbows, and I'm hoping that pretty soon here, I'll be able to start, like next turn, I'll be able to start churning out the Demons of Heavenly Fires again, because Demons of Heavenly Fires they won't be super effective because he's very fire resistant, but I don't know, they might be able to do something. If nothing else, they'll at least be able to help me take Gaeta, which I definitely also need to take. So, that's the plan. Another short turn. I'll see y'all in turn 47 when hopefully less aggravating things will happen. Take care. Okay, folks, turn 47. We're moving back into the Order of the Divine Flame. Unfortunately, when we wiped out the province defense, it seems that all of my Magi decided to spend that 1 pearl they were carrying, so we need to bring some more pearls. But fortunately, we have a couple of turns of breaking down the walls before we can go in and use that magic duel, so it should be fine. Still literally thousands of skeletons to my north. Still worried about that, but it is what it is. We'll just keep on rolling. We're up to 400 blood slaves. Our blood slave income continues to be pretty damn good. However, I do think it's probably about time to leave Welrid. I mean, we still got 19 slaves in Welrid last turn, so I guess we'll keep going. I mean, this place will never recover, but it's alright. I don't care. Like, I'm okay with burning down my provinces here. And Halemire still got some in Halemire as well. And Setica's going fine. So, yeah. Pretty soon we'll add Jereb to the pile. I do have all these guys casting Bone Fiends down here. We've got 100 Bone Fiends total now, so Panabust should start rolling out with them, I think. I think it's time for him to roll over there. We got Burkhard Noctzera back. Since he has the quick re-immortality. He does have a limp, unfortunately, but that'll be alright. He'll be fine. I don't really have anything I really need him to do right at the moment, so he's just going to research. Same with Lothar Blumenreuter. He's going to research. Tusha Arpfangs, however, will move out with a whole bunch of thralls to help with the patrolling here. We'll give some thralls, and then we'll take these crossbows away, because crossbowmen we can actually use. Over here, we've got patrollers over here are being very efficient in the Weald, which is great. So our armies that will end up here next turn, we have 100 units there, 5 units there, 31 units there, so we should be able to crack the fort in fairly short order. Right now, the fort is coming down very, 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 very slowly. The work is going very slowly, but it is going, despite the fact that we only have 47 siege strength, which is how we know that we have the power to do it. And the Blood Boys are storming Techrate in a big way, so that's unfortunate for them. I was really hoping to have more territory than this at this point in the game, but we'll see how we do. In any case, research-wise, we should hit Blood 7 in 2 turns. After that, we'll grab Thaumaturgy 6 Enchantment 7. We did just recast Eternal Pyre, and we'll see if next turn somebody knocks it down again. Hopefully not. As long as it stays up for about 6, 7, maybe 8 turns, we'll have made our gems back on it. So that'll be fine. And we just need to build up the gems as rapidly as possible to recast it if necessary. But once I have about, you know, probably about 80 fire gems in stock, so I can throw it right back up if I need to. As long as I have that, I am perfectly content with starting to summon Demons of Heavenly Fires 4 or 5 times a turn. And that will be the next step. Finfag up here is just going to start researching. Don't have much by way of gems other than that, unfortunately, although I do still have some death gems. Orlok has empowered himself. He's now forging a Blood Thorn. So he's climbing the ranks of blood magic rapidly, which is great. And we're also empowering Nanvather in blood so that he can cure his own disease. Although actually, no, I shouldn't do that. I don't need to do that. I could just recruit an abbess real quick. Or, in fact, I could just move a sister. Yeah, move a sister up there. And keep summoning Magi. Yeah, Magi. Okay, so, sounds like a plan, Stan. Celerim is moving down that way to bring some Bone Fiends in. Bone Fiends will really add to our siege strength. And then, yeah, we're just gonna have to mental duel that statue down. It's the only way I can think of to kill it in a relatively time-efficient way. Archer von Dirksen can take these troops with him and come down here as well. We'll take that, and then we'll see where we are at that point. So, another brief turn. Not a whole lot going on in the world. We're mostly at peace. The Sacreds of Hell are still skirmishing with the Blood Boys, I think, and are fighting R'hllala, who's actually doing a pretty decent job. R'hllala has Lemur consoles, of course, and Lemur consoles are terrifying. But we should be able to get some stuff settled. And once we hit Blood 7, we'll be able to start cranking out Vampire Lords. And once we start cranking out Vampire Lords, we'll be back in the vampire business in a pretty big way. So, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in turn 48. Alright, folks, it's turn 48. We have finally breached the walls of the Order of the Divine Flame again. We're not attacking just yet, though. We need some more pearls in order to fuel some more mind duels. Over here, still blood hunting, still researching. Our Eternal Pyre is still up this time, which is good. Hopefully, someone tried to dispel it and failed. But we really, really do need to start accomplishing something. In particular, we need to fight Blood Boys, because, of course, Blood Boys have Mother Oak and Earthblood Deepwell, so their gem income is redonkulous. Our gem income is pretty solid, although, like, strictly majority fire gems at this point. We got 30, 42, 46 gems per turn, which ain't too shabby. But, of course, it's dependent on that global staying up, and, like I said, it's almost all fire gems, so, We're starting to cast Heavenly Fires. We're actually only going to cast it twice. We're going to cast Heavenly Fires twice per turn, which will eat up 12 of our 24 gems per turn. That will let us build up 12 per turn, which should get us out of the danger zone pretty quickly. And we do have 445 blood slaves at the Mo. Orlok is empowering himself in blood. The Spirit of 76 here can actually start forging items, like, for example, the Arbor of Souls, which gives decent protection, a blood magic boost, and magic resistance. Or we could forge Brazen Vessels, which are blood magic boosters. So actually, Orlok here was empowering himself again, and he really doesn't need to. He could just research. And the Spirit of 76 here can cast all kinds of rituals and forge all kinds of things. In particular, the Spirit of 76 can use Infernal Disease and the Ritual of 5 Gates to summon demons. He can also summon Lesser Horrors, which is kind of nice, but it can horror mark you, so I prefer not to do it with my god as such. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of gems right at the moment. So, yeah, let's forge a Brazen Vessel. We have the Heart of Quickness, which would be pretty amazing for my vampires, actually, because they would ignore... I mean, it gives them reinvigoration, poison resistance doesn't bother them, neither does fast aging, and I don't think they count as inanimate. Nope, they're undead, but not inanimate. So, yeah, I could absolutely implant a Heart of Quickness in, for example, Helmbrecht, and that would be pretty fucking hilarious. That would actually be pretty hilarious, to be honest. I also have Lightless Lanterns, which might be another thing that I could turn my blood gems, my fire gems towards. I would like to forge another Dwarven Hammer. However, in order to do that, I need my Earth Boots. Who has them? Pud has them. Pud... You're going to need to wait a turn in order to build up more Earth Gems to forge that hammer, and then I can start using it to turning out Lightless Lanterns, which will help my research go exponential. My research right now is solid for the time that I am. Of course, my graph is still black, but you can see there my research is spiking, but not yet amazing, and amazing is kind of what I need. But of course, I need those fire gems to cast Heavenly Fires, which will be really valuable. So, we're also moving troops to besiege Gaeta. We've got a whole bunch of vampires going in to cast Horde of Skeletons. And we've also got Helmbrecht coming over there with a Fire Brand. And we've got some actual troops moving down as well. So we will end up with a pile of Bone Fiends and some crossbows. So that is the turn. Blood Boys are definitely the ones to watch right now. They have a large territory. They have a couple of thrones. They're working on taking over more of Tech Rate as we speak, and Tech Rate is about to die if they're not already dead. The other one to watch is, of course, Kalkheim. Kalkheim also owns a large grip of territory, and in particular, Kalkheim owns 3 thrones. If we look at the Thrones of Ascension, Kalkheim has Gaia, Water, and Fire, which must be these 3 thrones, I think. Those are the only 3 that are really accessible to them, except, of course, for mine. My little throne there is also accessible to them. So, we're actually going to move these guys over here and have 2 of these gentlemen be the ones to be summoning Heavenly Fires. I would also like to summon 1 Ujigami, although I don't want to use the Earth Gems right now, but I'll need one. But yeah, all these skeletons lined up along the border, they're just waiting for their moment. Like, I can see it. I know it's coming. My goal is just to take the Order of the Divine Flame and kind of ensconce myself a little bit more solidly before that time happens, and potentially try to persuade Kalkheim to turn with me against the Blood Boys, instead of us having a knockdown drag-out fight, because I would really like to fight... If I'm going to fight anybody, I would like to fight Blood Boys at this point. R'Lala and the Sacreds of Hell continue fighting, which is very much a boon for Blood Boys, because those are, you know, one of their major Sacred Hell-blessed rivals is being effectively taken out of contention by constant raiding from underwater. And of course, I, on their northern flank, am quiescent at the moment, although I will hopefully start speeding up fairly soon. And I am beginning to infiltrate assassins into enemy territory. So, we'll see what develops. But in any case, thanks for watching. That was turn 48. I'll see y'all in turn 49. Alright, folks, it's turn 49. Not a whole lot of major import happened this turn. Bone Fiends, Heavenly Fires, a little bit of Bowl of Blood. Didn't find any magic sites. Did take Gaeta. Lost most of my Bone Fiends in the process, primarily to these Earth Readers. But we did wipe out the defenders largely. It looks like we missed the mages. I think, what were the Earth Readers doing? I think they may have thrown... I think they may have just been throwing damage spells at us. Bone Fiends are very... Yeah, they were just throwing Iron Blizzard. Yes, that's right, since he has Iron Blizzard as a national spell, so his Earth Readers can cast it, since they are holy Earth Mages. Now, they're only Earth 2, so it fatigues them out pretty quickly, but still, Iron Blizzard is extremely effective at destroying Bone Fiends. In any case, vampires back here did their jobs. I did lose one vampire, actually. One of my Immortal Diabolists was killed, but that's okay. So we've taken Gaeta. We also killed a sneaking Skeptic. And I'm pretty sure that there are a number of Skeptics in my land based on the unrest counts. So, because Skeptics cause unrest. So in Old Land, there's some unrest that isn't otherwise accounted for. In the Order of the Divine Flame, of course, there's unrest, but I anticipate that. Beyond that, I'm not sure if I've been infiltrated anywhere else. Fields of Gold was where I just killed one. But I think there is one in Old Land at least. And they may be trying to sneak through in other directions. In any case, we're moving more mages up into Monarch Woods just to ensure that we have kind of the solidity here to prevent an attack. And this is also where we're summoning our Demons of Heavenly Fires, of course, as well as our Bone Fiends, which will do, they won't do great against Ulmish skeletons. They'll do okay, potentially. So, still thousands upon thousands of skeletons up here, which is a problem, definitely. I don't have the sheer mass, the sheer forces to stop them. But we are attacking the Order of the Divine Flame again. He shouldn't have much besides his guy there. You know what I mean. I've lost my mind. His golden calf. But that is what we have our mages scripted to Magic Duel for. So, one of the interesting things about Magic Duel, of course, is that it actually kills anyone who's in the same square. So you have to spread it out. Because your Magic Duel casters can actually be killed by the Magic Duel, and they can, I believe, kill anyone else in the same square as them when that happens. So, just spread them out a little bit. We've got a couple of vampires. We've got a couple of mages who don't have pearls, and so can't cast Magic Duel. But we'll just kind of let them do their thing. And we've got the guy casting Horde of Skeletons, some crossbows, some Saoi. They should be sufficient to clear the archers off the walls, and the Magic Duel really should target the golden calf. So there shouldn't be a problem there. We should be able to kill this many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 has decent odds of killing it, so I'm willing to take that shot. And even if they fail, this isn't a huge force, and losing it won't put me back a huge amount, so like, okay. Meantime, these guys are rolling down. They will help provide more siege strength to Gaeta. And we've got these guys up here. Panbog is going to move over there to site search. And up here, these guys have to, Finfag and these other guys have to kind of stay where they are for now. But in any case, beyond that, we're sort of quiescent right now. We've got Hellenbrecht the Bloodgraf. What we have to do at this point is kind of pick our next target. And I feel like it should be the Blood Boys, if I can get someone else to ally with me to attack them. Geographically, they're the most obvious target for me, and militarily, they're the most dangerous target. Now, there is also Kalkheim, and fighting Kalkheim could also work for me, alright. I would want He probably has not hit level 9. So I imagine he hasn't rendered himself immune to Firestorm yet. So going up to Evocation level 7 wouldn't be a bad call. I do definitely want to get my Thaumaturgy level 6 first, or the Wither Bones and Enslave Mind. The ironic thing about Purgatory is that I really don't want to cast it because I've hit Blood 7. And so, Orlok is now casting Curse of Blood on a monthly basis. So, we're going to start getting out the full-powered Vampire Lords, which will be sweet. So sweet. My Bloodslave income is still pretty significant. Fields of Gold is doing fine. All of my blood hunting provinces are doing okay. Welred is pretty much burned down. Seneca is going to join it fairly soon. Esquania is going to be the next blood hunting target. It is definitely keeping my income down, but, you know, that just is what it is. Halemire is starting to peter out, so we're going to have to move on from there fairly soon. I've got 75 more Bone Fiends, so... why can't I give you a magic item? There we go. So, Slukad is going to take those Bone Fiends and head for... Actually, Jerub is probably the first target. I mean, both would actually be a decent idea. Let's head for Jerub first, because we can get there in one turn. And we will send these 3 to set up blood hunting. Actually, maybe I'll send 4. Yeah, let's send 4. So those 4 guys will start blood hunting. Slukad will be patrolling with his 75 Bone Fiends. In here, this province, we've been recruiting Stalkers and Magi. We're going to pause for a turn to recruit a pair of priests, I think? No, a pair of sisters, since they're stealthy. Ah, I am 3 gold short. 3 gold? Inconceivable. Cancel that guy. Actually, no, we'll just use Stalkers. They're cheaper. We'll get 3 Stalkers. That'll be fine. And then up here, yeah, Magi and Crossbows. No Commander, actually. A Magus is more valuable than that number of Crossbows. Okay, so we're going to secure the Divine Flame. After that, we're going to have to fight either Blood Boys or Kalkheim. The question of which becomes immediately evident. Both are probably more powerful than me. I mean, they're certainly more powerful than me in terms of, like, territory they control. But they're also more powerful than me just in terms of the units that they have. Since I did this... since I did the silly thing here. But, even so, I think we can at least give them a decent fight. I do want to start summoning more Shadow Imps. So we're going to swap 2 of these guys over to Shadow Imps. A couple still on Binding Bone Fiends. We've got a whole bunch of Assassins hiding here. Stalkers. We've got Olga Preaching, which in addition to the Throne and the Temple is helping with Dominion, but still not holding it off entirely. Kar's Dominion is really pushing in on me, which is problematic since it's cutting down my resource count pretty significantly. I could use more temples. Right now I only have 12 temple checks. So I could use a temple here in Old Land and Gaeta. And I mean, I could use temples everywhere. I just don't have the gold for it right now. However, Eternal Pyre is still up, which is great. So I'm still making my 20 plus fire gems per turn. My magic resources, like my gem income, is now respectable. We look at my score graphs, which we can't see because I keep forgetting that I don't know why my line is black. It's sort of hilarious. But, okay, so we can't actually do that. But my gem income is with that, you know, respectable for this part of the game. You know, 11, 16, 17, 23, 47 gems per turn on turn 49. Yeah, okay, I can live with that. It could be better, for sure, but I can live with it. The Spirit of 76, I'm actually going to set to casting Augury, I think. because I could use even more fire. Well, yeah, I could use even more fire income, and more importantly, I could use fire income that is separate from the Eternal Pyre. I'm saving up a lot of fire gems very quickly, however, so I should be able to, it says plus 24, yeah, it's plus 24 per month. I'm using 12 there, and then another couple with him, so I'm building up by a net of over 10 per turn, so I should pretty rapidly be able to replace Eternal Pyre if it's knocked down again. Hopefully this storming will work, and we'll be able to take the castle. The only thing that can stop us, as I said, is the Golden Calf, and hopefully the Mind Duels will kill that. Then we'll move on to secure Gaeta, and once we've gotten that, we'll be in a position to launch our next attack. Blood Boys are an obvious target, if we can beat them. Kalkheim is also an obvious target. What I'm going to do is I'm going to contact Illwinter and see who I can get them to help me fight. Because that's going to be the important bet. It's going to be if Illwinter and I can gang up on either Blood Boys or Kalkheim, I think we can beat them. But I need an ally, because right now, they are way, way, way more powerful than I am, personally. And as you can see, we've already had 4 nations knocked out. So what we've got left, we've got Sacreds of Hell, Lala, me, Kalkheim, Illwinter, Ishtod, Tekrate, and Blood Boys. And some of these I haven't even seen yet, because my scouts have been relatively confined. We're actually going to start launching some of these scouts that I have built up further into the darkness. You can stay there, that's fine. You go down there. I'm trying to get into Kalkheim. No, don't do that. I'm trying to get into Kalkheim's territory by the back way, since he's patrolling very, 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 very heavily with his masses and masses of skeletons. I'm hoping there's a way around them, but to get rid of these masses of skeletons, really, I just have to ramp up to, the obvious one is Flames from the Sky, which my god can cast. I don't have any other level 5 fire mages, but my god can cast Flames from the Sky, and so he can spend 30 fire gems to destroy, like, about... I mean, this won't kill every skeleton it hits, but it'll kill most skeletons it hits. So this would kill about, I don't know, 30% of a skeleton stack with one cast. And if a stack is 1,500, then, you know, wiping out 500 skeletons by casting it immediately before a battle could be very useful. Plus, it can potentially hit mages. And cultists, especially. Like, hitting the cultists would be really valuable, because the cultists are extremely likely to die from it. So, that's the turn. Not a whole lot is happening, but there's a lot of strategy about to start happening, because we're going to have to kind of make our decision of whether we're turning north or south. And either way, it's going to be a hellaciously difficult fight. Fortunately, we do have our vampires online, our real vampires. We're going to move Hellenbrecht up, and we'll just see how it goes. So, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all on turn 50. Alright folks, it's turn 51. I've been kind of sick, so this is kind of a quick turn that I'm not probably paying quite as much attention to as I should, but at the moment we're in a little bit of a holding pattern, which is honestly never a great place to be in Dominions, but it is what it is right now. In any case, I'm still doing a lot of blood hunting, like a lot of blood hunting. Honestly, as I've said before, this is actually not a huge amount for a blood nation, for a strong blood nation like my nation is. But even so, I'm raking in, this is about 100 blood slaves a turn, a little bit more, which, like I said, for this late in the game, not actually a huge amount. But regardlessly, we are doing all that hunting of the blood here. And it's given us enough blood slaves that in addition to casting Curse of Blood, twice this turn, we are also binding an Archdevil, which I could have done pretty much at any time, since I got the ability to summon vampires, but I'm doing it now, just to start having some of those guys. We're moving all of our troops out here to finally take this province of Wold, and after that it really will be time to decide where I'm going to go fighting next. And I'm thinking, well, I need to do a little bit of diplomacy about that. I need to contact Kalkheim and see if they will aid me against the Blood Boys. Because I would like to fight the Blood Boys, I think. Well, I don't know. It's really kind of a question. There's like 10,000 skeletons along this border, if these numbers are to be trusted, and I don't think he's spent the gems to build enough army-size manipulating items to change this. But that's, you know, that's 1,000 there, 1,400 there, so like that's like 2,500, 4,500, 6,000, 7,000. Yeah, it's about 10,000 skeletons visible along here. Those numbers might be somewhat exaggerated by failures of scouting, but it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking skeletons. At this point, the way to deal with that kind of thing is to start throwing, like, fires from afar or something similar. But of course, for that, or flames from the sky, rather, not fires from afar. Fires from afar would be radically insufficient. Flames from the sky might do it. But for that, of course, I need to hit evocation level 9, which may be the way to go here. I am actually... My research queue is empty. I think I am going to run down evocation a little bit further. I'm sorry, not evocation, conjuration. It doesn't give me a whole lot by way of astral stuff, but I could get down to Kings of Elemental Fire and Living Fires, which could be useful. Could also give me access to Living Earth and stuff, potentially. So that could be handy. At the very least, conjuration level 7 is never really a bad thing to have. And then I will also want to go down thaumaturgy. Probably. Not super enthused of thaumaturgy, to be honest. Stygian Paths isn't bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Could do Stygian Paths. Since I am getting into Vampire Lords, I have easy access to Death 4. I can potentially push myself up to Death 5 via Empowering once, which might be worthwhile. But if I do that, it is getting a little bit late in the game. If I do that, then that will give me access to Liches as well, and Wraith Lords. So that could be handy. I think my Vampire Lords will do for now, especially since I'm churning them out at, you know, 1 or 2 per turn for the foreseeable future. Would this hold if I was attacked by 10,000 skeletons? No, probably not. I would need a lot more forces in that area in order to stave that off. And I am a little bit short of said forces at the Mo. But we'll see. I think at this point I'm just too small to live. But you know what? For the first outing for the United Independent Coalition, I think I've done alright. What I am going to do, however, is... well, what I have to do right now is make a decision. Am I going to attack Kalkheim, or am I going to attack the Blood Boys? Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to fight Kalkheim. So, we are going to fucking move some people. Yeah, I think that's the way to go about this. And then we will also need to gear up some of our vampire lads, like potentially Burkhard. He does have a limp, unfortunately, which puts a serious damper on how effective he can be, but we may need to start moving Burkhard up that way. My vampires now, in order to destroy skeletons with the undead, what I need is Wither Bones with my vampire lords and counts. Fortunately, Wither Bones is very, very efficient at that, but the issue is going to be obviously destroying the tens of thousands of long dead, as well as dealing with his magical support. Now, his magical support is going to be very, very significant. And in particular, I think what he's planning to do here is drop mass buffs plus mass flight on his long dead and just inundate me in huge, huge numbers of skeletons. In order to fight that, what I need is... either I need armies that just aren't susceptible to being surrounded, or I need anti-undead thugs. These guys just absolutely cannot live in these territories, but I'll launch them anyway, just in case. There's a few, I can send a few of them in there. I do have Finfog here, and I have Alteration level 7, so I can drop Fog Warriors, which will definitely help. But it will take me a round to do. I can't cast it instantaneously. Still, being able to cast Fog Warriors out of a communion with Finfog would be very, very useful. I'm going to send a couple more of these guys, I think. Actually, let's send Nanvathar. We don't need the fire random. Let's launch those guys in that direction. And, yeah, we'll just kind of see what we can do. I'll try to gather some allies to take out Kelkheim and see how well we can do. So, thanks for watching for this turn. I'll see y'all in turn 52.